funny thing about the conversation is that Puff was being sued at the very time by the main person who made Bad Boys successful, Kirk Burroughs. Burroughs. Fuck it, y'all know I'm from DC. The only person who seemed interested in talking about the evils that Puff did was Wolf, who was also spending most of his time in Atlanta now. He was angry as well. He would complain about how he had been Puff's security for so many years and was still struggling. D-Mac and Puff were no longer friends either, so he went back to LA. Wolf was upset with Puff for a dozen reasons, but mainly because he had to spend his own money on attorney fees when he was on trial with Puff. And Puff was the main one in the club acting a fool. You say, what? I gotta spend my money because you was the ninja? You decided to show off for your girlfriend, the J Terrizzle? Because you decided that night to show off for your girlfriend. But then on the other hand, I don't know why what's the dude named Wolf would think that it would be any different, because the woman he was fitting to marry, on top of Kim Porter, he tried to stuff the gun, the weaponry in her purse. That ninja he's a fool. God gonna get you, Puffy. God gonna get you. Like Sean, Wolf knew enough of the truth about what happened that night inside Club New York that his testimony could have sealed a conviction for Puff, not only for what happened inside the club in December 1999, but for other things that might have interested an ambitious prosecutor. When Wolf knew where Bad Boys' skeletons were buried. Yeah, up his butt. That's where they buried, all up his butt. Or Clive Davis' butt. Either way, they up somebody's butt. One night in 2002, Puff threw a party at Visions nightclub in Atlanta, and things got ugly between him and Wolf. They were arguing when Puff got right up in Wolf's face and started talking about how much power he had over him and what he could do to ruin him if he wanted. You say what? The ninja that has been protecting you all these years, and you gonna talk shit to him? Puffy girl. When Wolf had heard enough of the blowhard, he grabbed Puff by the collar and pushed and pulled him all over the club. Ooh, I know that nigga was embarrassed. Ooh, he was embarrassed. Ooh. He mopped the floor with Puff. When he finally let Puff go, Puff started talking about payback. Once he left, everyone applauded because Puff was way overdue for a good ass whipping. Puff left Atlanta and didn't return for months. When he did, he was with a new friend, a man who was also a friend of mine and Wolf's as well. Meech, head of the Black Mafia family. When Puff was with Meech, it was understood that neither Wolf nor anyone else could touch him. Meech had just started his own record label and was relying on Puff to educate him. Ooh, what's that dude name in Texas, y'all? Ooh, he got mad power. He not a big man, but he a powerful man. But he's the dude who protects... Damn, didn't he just marry Deion Sanders' ex-wife? Or some athlete's next ex-wife? Damn, what's her name, man? He the type that just go to the internet and say, Yeah, I just like to say to, and he talk real slow because that's what them dudes from Texas do. I don't know why, okay? Like the Willie D, they talk so slow, girl. I don't know why. Maybe because they want to make sure that they enunciate southernly, okay? But that ninja gets on the internet. Jay Prince, that's his name. Not the son, but the daddy. He gets on the internet and he'll say so slow and easy, yeah, you know, I would like for my associates to get back with me with the name of the young man who stepped on my nephew's toes at the club up there in New York. It would be advantageous for them to do so as soon as possible. Now, he ain't officially said that nothing was going to happen to whoever stepped on his nephew's toes. But Blink, you know what's coming. Here you go, 2003. Ooh, I love the Meech. You know, is he in jail for the Wolf murder? I don't know, okay? I don't know. Because they did say that Meech was responsible for it. Meech, I don't know you, sir. What's the son name who be on the television? I don't know him either, okay? All I know is that he be pretending like he going over his cousin's house buying her groceries and shit. He on a yacht with Puffy in 2003. Puffy on the yacht stunting, bragging about how he got houses and cars and land and all this spectacular shit. Meech called him out and said, yeah, but nobody around you got money. All the people around me got money. Puffy feelings was hurt. Your slip is showing, girl. Yeah, you have money, Meech replied with a stern look on his face. But everybody else around you is broke. Everybody around me has money. The funny thing about the conversation is that Puff was being sued at the very time by the main person who made Bad Boys successful, Kirk Burroughs. Burroughs. Fuck it, y'all know I'm from DC. Burroughs had been forced out the company in 1998, but had remained quiet because Puff promised to make things right. After 5 years of waiting, Burroughs concluded that Puff had been lying to him all along. Why did y'all trust this nigga? I don't get it. He lied to everybody. I walked into Justin's restaurant on a Martini Monday in early November and spotted Wolf eating dinner. The minute I joined him at his table, Lamont Riz Gertie came in. Riz had been living in New York until recently. I hadn't seen Riz in over a year. That last time I did was in New York. He was working at Daddy's house. Lou. Riz told me that he was going through some court issues in North Carolina at the time, so Puff gave him a job in order to show the court that he was gainfully employed. Riz said that the year of being with Puff on a weekly basis was the longest year in his life. His court battle was over. I woke up one morning and realized, hold on, Mark Curry. I know this book is old, but you could have did better editing on this book, okay? Because we do recaps and reviews. I woke up one morning and realized that I had to get away from him because he was making me corny. Wolf and I laughed because we knew exactly what Riz was talking about. Puff is such a poser that it gets on your nerves real bad if you hang around him too much at one time. They asked me to stick around because they were going to a strip club as soon as they finished dining. B came into Justin's as we were leaving, so the four of us went to Magic City, where dreams are made. Wolf and Riz went on stage to get a lap dance from the fine ladies while V and I egged them on from the bar. I began to feel a little out of place because at the time I didn't have any money. Well, what the fuck are you doing there? I began to feel a little out of place because at the time I didn't have any money. And a strip club is no place to be if you don't have money. It defeats the whole purpose of being there. The women kept asking me if I wanted to dance, and I kept having to say, not right now, maybe later. Child, it's even worse when a man come up to you and ask you, do you want to dance? You'd be like, ugh, get away from me. But then what the hell was I doing in there watching the mans who we know is bisexual? Okay, we know that the man's is bisexual. I don't know why we go see him, child. Maybe for the same reason the men go see the ladies, because they be bisexual too. I thought that one of them would give me a few Benjamins, but they were too busy celebrating to notice that I was broke. I finally decided to leave. I walked over to the stage and told them, shook their hands, and left. Just as I was drifting off to sleep a few hours later, I heard a loud noise. It was Coolio, an old friend from LA, knocking frantically at 5 o'clock in the morning. When I opened the door, he told me to throw on some clothes because we had to leave right away. What's going on? I asked nervously. Wolf and Riz got shot, he said as he started crying. They're dead. I later found out what happened. After they left Magic City, Riz with Wolf. I later found out what happened. After they left Magic City, Riz went with Wolf to a gym where Wolf always worked out. Oh yeah, we could tell that the Wolfie works out. They lifted weights for an hour or so and then went to another strip club called Chaos. There was a reason why Wolf was out so late that night. He was looking for his girlfriend, whom someone had told him was on the town with one of Meech's close friends. Wolf ran into Meech inside the club and asked him why he didn't tell him that his girl was running around with one of Meech's men. Damn, Wolf, Meech said, you know that you and me are tight, so why are you letting a bitch come between us? We have no business being here arguing about someone who's disrespecting you. Your girl is being disrespectful because she should have told my boy that she was your bitch. She may have been a bitch to Meech because she was an exotic dancer. See what I mean? Ninjas, y'all love getting y'all womans from the strip club. I can't stand you niggas. It be a good woman over there that's a grade 13 in the federal government that might got a double chin. Ain't got no kids, got her own place, drive her a S-Series Benz, and you motherfuckers will walk over top of her to get to the bitch. And I ain't say that the grade 16 or the grade 13 in the government was ugly. I just said she just might got a double chin, okay? And maybe her body might be, somewhat pleasing. But you ninjas, boy, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all will find a bitch in a strip club so easy. Find a hole in the car wash. Find a hole in the Waffle House. She may have been a bitch to Meech because she was an exotic dancer, but to Wolf, she was a very special lady. It was the same woman he was deeply in love with. He was deeply in love with her, so he got offended by Meech referring to her that way, and they began a scuffle. Security rushed over, broke them up, and then ordered Wolf to leave. Wolf's anger intensified as he ranted outside the club. Riz tried to persuade Wolf to leave, but he was too worked up to even think about it. By this time, someone had gone inside to tell Meech that Wolf was filming and that there might be trouble. When the club closed, Meech walked with a group of friends to their vehicles. Wolf appeared out of the darkness and walked into the street holding 2 guns. I'm just telling you, they always say the root to all evil is a woman. Always about a bitch. All of a sudden, Wolf and Riz started shooting towards Meech's group. A witness said that Meech and his crew started returning fire. When it was over, Meech had been wounded twice in the buttocks. Wolf and Riz were dead. Riz didn't have a beef with Meech. Like Big Jake, he was just a friend who died over loyalty. I attended their funerals in New York where Puff praised them as brothers, and then I went back to Atlanta. I regarded Meech as a good friend, and I knew Wolf and Riz as friends. So the tragedy was pretty tough. Meech was charged with 2 counts of homicide, but was soon released for lack of evidence indicating that he actually had done any shooting. I was in Justin's when he first got out, and the first place he came to eat was there. He was wearing a suit, so I assumed that he had just come from court. I didn't want to leave because he would have gotten the impression that my friendship with Riz and Wolf had ended my friendship with him. He asked me to come outside and talk to him. First off, I don't feel like I owe nobody an explanation, he began as we looked eye to eye. But I know what you're going through, so I'm going to try to set you straight about this shit. I knew Wolf just like you did, he continued. What happened that night hurt me also, but Wolf was trying to take my life. On the nigga. I ain't even mad at him. I mean, as fine as the Wolfie is, I'm not mad at him. You trying to kill me, brother, I got to get you. I can't be like, no, stop, brother, we love each other. No. For a while, I thought that there would be repercussions, but things remained quiet. Meech's brother, T, went to New York and reportedly gave money to the families of Wolf and Riz and to some of their boys, not only as a gesture of regret, but also to prevent a bloodbath. Meech got upset with T about that because he felt that it was a case of an eye for an eye and a case of self-defense. Burroughs and his attorneys had a different version of what happened that night. Wolf and Riz were killed on November 11th. Wolf was scheduled to testify before a federal judge in New York the following week in the lawsuit that Burroughs had filed against Puff a year earlier. Anthony Jones would have been a key witness, a lawyer for Burroughs said. I had barely gotten the murders out of my mind when I received more bad news.